Heat president Pat Riley has the Heat atop the NBA, but Riley told reporters on Sunday that his goal is for long-term dominance with their, quote, big three. I want to keep bringing in pieces that are going to complement them and hope we can have one of those 10-year rides. You think about every team, the Celtics in the 60s, the Lakers in the 80s, the Bulls in the 90s, and then again the Spurs. Those guys have been together for 8, 9, 10 years. If we can keep this group together for 8, 9, 10 years, we're all going to have some fun. Don't ever take it for granted. This is a special time. 10 years of dominance. Stephen A. Smith, do you agree with Pat Riley?
Well, I think it's plausible because what he's talking about is exactly what has existed in the past. Yes, the Philadelphia 76ers might have interrupted things in 1983 with 4-5-4 from Moses Malone and Dr. J and those boys. That may have happened. The Pistons came in the bad boys at the end of the 80s, and obviously Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls dominated most of the 90s, even though Houston won 2 titles in between. When Jordan retired, they came back with 17 games left in the regular season. But if you look at the 80s, it was about Boston. It was about L.A. before the Pistons interrupted.
Yep.
The 90s were about Jordan. We haven't had definitive dominance, even though the Spurs won championships. It was really the Spurs and the Lakers, but they were both in the same conference, so that sort of threw it off. If one been in the East and one had been in the West and they could meet in the finals, then it would have been more compelling. What you're talking about Pat Riley is that he's saying that over the next decade, could they remain relevant? Absolutely. LeBron James is 28 years old. 28. So is Chris Bosh. Now, Dwyane Wade is 31. Now, you look at his health, and it's obviously a question mark, because I certainly don't think Dwyane Wade could last 8 more years, okay? I don't think so. But at the same time, he could last a few more years, and that man knows how to play this game. And he's a superstar when healthy. Well, guess what? If I've got Chris Bosh at 28 and I got LeBron at 28 and they're not going anywhere, I have the cornerstone of my franchise in place, and all I've got to do is mix and match and put the parts around it. So in the event that Dwyane Wade goes, I've got somebody else. But I still have LeBron and Chris Bosh. So as a result of that, I'm going to, at the very least, be a legitimate world championship contender and potentially a world champion in all of this. I think it's very plausible what Pat Riley said.
I loved what he said, and I agree with what he said, and yet there was method to the madness here, because he is planting seeds already in LeBron's mind. Don't think about going home to Cleveland. Don't think about the Lakers replacing Kobe. Don't do that. No, stay here, because we could be the Celtics or the Lakers or the Bulls or the Spurs. We could have the 10-year dynastic run. They could have. Well, could. Except there's one glitch here, and that's Dwyane Wade's health. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Bosh is 29, but whatever.
He's still 28 for right now, but he's probably going to turn 29.
I think he's like 9 months older than LeBron is. LeBron will turn 29 in December. But the point is, they're close. They came in at the same time. Right. Dwyane Wade is 31 because he played 2 years at Marquette, but they were all in the same draft.
Right.
So the point is, Dwyane Wade looks at times to be an old 31. His body seems to be slightly failing him a little prematurely. He's always got this knee, that knee, something's going wrong. So LeBron's going to have to weigh, how much does Dwyane have left in the long-term tank here? Can Dwyane play 5 more years at a high? I'm talking about at this level. Can they be with Dwyane? What's your gut feeling? With Dwyane and Bosh, could LeBron be an odds-on contender for the next 5 years?
Yes, but I would like to say this to answer your question directly. It doesn't just come down to Dwyane Wade. Understand that the Miami Heat organization is class personified. You've got a billionaire in Mickey Arison. You've got an elite executive and a 5-time champion as a coach in Pat Riley, okay? You know that basketball-wise and in terms of that family kind of atmosphere, Skip, it doesn't get much better. It doesn't get any better than these dudes, okay? The only impediment is guilt from the hometown folks, or the fact that the Miami fan base is a bit suspect at times. I'm talking about it's halftime and people still haven't arrived from time. I mean, they just take their time coming to games. Now, there's a lot to do in South Beach. I would know this. However, that doesn't mean you can't get to a game on time. Lord, these people are bad when it comes to that. That's the only thing wrong with them, but that's the only impediment. But I can't believe that a guy as knowledgeable, as committed, and as accomplished as LeBron James would depart from somebody like Pat Riley to go back to Dan Gilbert in Cleveland just for the hometown folks. I just can't believe
it. To be the next Kobe.
I can't see it. I can't see him leaving Pat Riley unless the fan base turns him off.
Yep.
I just can't see it.
A couple of weeks ago.
Fans of Miami need to do a better job, though. I'm talking about coming to the games earlier. They do.
All right, let's leave it right there, gentlemen. Coming